We are here at the Toronto office of Minister of Foreign Affairs, Chrystia Freeland, to discuss about this new trade agreement between Mexico, the United States, and Canada, among other topics. Minister Chrystia, thank you so much for being with us today.
Hola, Cynthia. Buenas tardes.
Muy buenas tardes.
Soy muy contenta de estar aquí.
Oh my God, your Spanish it's so beautiful, and thank you so much. We really appreciated these words in Spanish for our audience. Okay, so Canada, our country, has reached this new trade agreement with Mexico, with the United States. Now, we want to talk about the impacts for the Canadian families, for the Canadian society.
First and foremost, this is a good agreement because it secures access to the U.S. market for Canada. The United States is still the world's largest economy, and it is still Canada's largest trading partner. And so to have that continued access is really valuable for Canada and for Canadians. Having said that, it's important to remember this is a partnership between three countries, Canada, the United States, and Mexico. And the partnership between Canada and Mexico, I think, has never been stronger, including the economic partnership. And this agreement is a valuable way of cementing that as well.
Absolutely. Now, we want to talk about your expectations for the relationship between Mexico with this new government.
I think we are at the beginnings of a very close and productive partnership. One thing that they emphasized is that this Mexican government considers itself to be progressive. Our government is a progressive government as well. So I think on issues like the environment, like labor rights, we discussed Indigenous issues as well, women's rights. I think these are all issues where we have a lot in common with the new administration. And then, of course, strategically, there are three countries in North America: Canada, Mexico, and the United States. And it's very important for Canada to have a strong partnership with Mexico. I believe that Mexico really understands that as well, and I'm looking forward to working with them.
Are you planning to go to Mexico when the new president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, takes office?
I'm sure that we will have many visits back and forth.
Could you please send a message to the Latino community in Canada?
I would love to. I think that one of Canada's great strengths is our diversity. We never in Canada feel that when you come here from another country, you should stop speaking the language that you spoke before coming here. We never feel that you should stop speaking that language to your children. And I think one of the great things about Canada is the way that we build a mosaic rather than a melting pot. And actually that's the case in my own family. At home with my children, I don't speak English, I speak Ukrainian. And my children complain very bitterly that every Saturday they have to go to school, Ukrainian school. The Latin community in Canada is a very precious, a very valuable part of that Canadian mosaic. And speaking as a Toronto Member of Parliament, I'm really proud to represent very, very many Latin Canadians.
This year we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of the end of the World War. I want to ask you, talking to the newcomers, talking to the new immigrants, to the community, can you please explain to them why is this day so special for Canada?
What I would like to say on Remembrance Day is this is a day when we as Canadians remember the wars that Canada has fought in. We remember the Canadians who sacrificed their lives so we could have freedom and democracy here. But I think it's also a day when we should think about all of the new Canadians who have fled very difficult circumstances to be part of this great country. And those life experiences, those historical experiences, very often for Latin Canadians fleeing dictatorship, fleeing oppression, I think those experiences, very, very difficult as they have been, are part of what make you such a great community and such great Canadians today.
We really appreciate this interview with us. Muchas gracias, Chrystia. Muchas gracias. Es un honor estar contigo.
De nada.
Thank you so much.
Es un placer. Es un placer.
Es un placer.
Es un placer.
As a multicultural TV channel, we are happy to share this important news with our diverse communities across the country. Until next time, I'm Cynthia Basulto.